How is it going, guys? It is Quick Tip Tuesday, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to install something that I personally have been looking forward to for a while now, because it solves a big problem with one of my favorite modifications that I have done to the car, which is the BRZ Stradia 3 seats. Now, I've said this before, these seats are my favorite thing that I've done to the car. They look absolutely immaculate. They hold me in place very well while still being super comfortable. I could go on a long road trip in these with no complaints whatsoever. But after installing them, there is a little bit of an issue, and that is the airbag light and occupancy sensor if you're also changing out the seat on the passenger side. Let me show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. When I go to start the car, you're gonna see a few different lights pop up that are not ideal. In the bottom right, we have the airbag light. In the top right, we've got the warning and seatbelt light. And then over on the left side, we have the SRS airbag system notification. And even though there is the back arrow there when I press the button, within a few seconds, you're gonna see that notification pop right back up and block the whole left side of the screen again. And that is where we're able to see our oil temps, and especially if you're tracking the car, that is something you're going to want to keep track of. So let me show you guys how to get rid of all these lights. Also, don't pay attention to my TPMS sensor light. On the previous gen, this was all a bit easier. You could simply tear out the occupancy sensor in your stock seat and transfer it over to your new seat. But on the second gen, they changed out the sensor for more complicated sensors, and you can't just transfer these over and have them work. I did show you this mounting bracket from Works Corsa. That is a great option for track dedicated cars that are no longer utilizing their airbags, but for most of you and most of the street cars out there, you're gonna want your airbags working like they're supposed to, so this may not be the safest option for your passengers. Instead, we're gonna be installing this little guy. This is the seat simulator from Gerald Just Projects, and after we install this, everything should be working like it's supposed to. If you guys want to pick one of these up for yourself or anything else they have available on their website, you can use my code KVO10 to get 10% off your order. Now, let me show you guys how easy it is to get this guy installed. For those of you that are just installing a seat on the driver's side, it's very easy because you don't have to deal with the occupancy sensor on the passenger side. All you have to deal with is the connection for the airbag, because unless you are installing an aftermarket seat with an airbag, you're removing the airbag in the stock seat. So what you need is one of these. This is a 3.3 ohm resistor, and this is essentially going to trick the car into thinking that the airbag is still there so you don't get the light on the dash. I'll leave a link to these down in the description. You're going to need one per side, so one for the driver's side, and if you are changing out the passenger side as well, you're going to need additional one for that side. This yellow connector is for the airbag. You can see the two small holes in the middle there. And we can see that I've bent the prongs of the resistor to fit into those two holes. I've also cut them down a little bit shorter, but we'll carefully slide this in there. Make sure it goes all the way in so it has good contact. And I've also folded it down so it kind of fits into this groove. We're gonna tape this up with some electrical tape, and that is it for the driver's side. I've done the exact same thing over on the passenger side. I just haven't taped it up so I could show you guys, but now we can install the seat simulator. This is the harness from underneath the stock seat. Pretty self-explanatory to remove. It's just held in place with some retaining clips. We also need to remove the 4 sensors. These can be a little bit of a pain. It's a tight fit. They're held in place with nuts. I think I needed to use a flex head ratcheting wrench on one of them, but not absolutely terrible. We're gonna plug these in. And on one of the black connections here, we'll do it on the last one, we're gonna plug the seat simulator in between the harness and the connector so that it can learn the serial code. So plug that in between. Also, don't forget to plug in the yellow connector over here for the seat belt. And now what we're gonna need to do is go start the car. And while we're starting the car, we're gonna look, there should be a hole in the seat simulator
either on the side. Mine is right on the front here, but this is a prototype, so it could be somewhere else. But there's a small LED in here, and when we go to start the car and wait about 5 seconds, we should see the light inside this hole flash quickly. If it flashes quickly, that means it has gotten the serial code and it's good to go, and we can disconnect the sensors and tidy everything up. If it's blinking slowly, we need to try again.
All right, I'm gonna start the car and keep my eye on the LED in that box.
Let me show you guys the light that you're gonna wanna be looking for. There's that green LED tucked in the hole there, and when you start the car, it should blink quickly, meaning it has saved the serial code, and then you can turn the car off, unplug the sensors, and you should be good to go. If it's blinking slowly, you'll need to try again. When I first started the car, it was blinking quickly, but now I can't get it to do it again, so you're just gonna have to take my word for it. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the car off, get these unplugged. We'll start the car back up and see if it worked. Another awesome thing that I wanted to show you guys about these seats is that it has a pre-installed occupancy sensor. So I've plugged that in to the seat simulator, and now whenever someone sits on the passenger side seat, the passenger side airbag should turn on like it normally would.
Let's hop inside the car and see if we still have some lights on our dash. Here goes nothing. All right, come on. Look at that! No more airbag light, no more warning light. The seatbelt light is on because I don't have my seatbelt on, but we can see the left side of our gauge cluster again. It's working like it's supposed to. Let's go hop in the passenger seat and see if the airbag turns on.
Don't worry about all the wiring down there. I'll clean that up eventually. We're just testing things out.
I just sat in the passenger seat. Let's see if the airbag turns on. Look at that! We are set, guys. Everything is working again like it should. There's no more annoying lights or warnings on the dash. All I have to do now is tidy up the wiring, zip tie it, and tuck it underneath the seat, and we are good to go. It is that easy, guys. If you're installing some aftermarket seats in your GR86 or BRZ, you need to pick one of these up. And like I said, you can use my code KVO10 to get 10% off your order. Huge props to Just Projects for working diligently on this. I just helped them test it out, but they went through a ton of different revisions to make sure this works properly. So huge shout out to them. Let me know what you guys think and what you'd like to see in the next Quick Tip Tuesday. I've got some huge announcements to make in the next coming months for you guys, both for Driven Media and for both the cars. I've got tons of different parts that need to be installed before the end of the year. So if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure you hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.